I've had a large coffee and I can't control myself.
Oh yeah, it was large, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've actually never had a large coffee around your house.
I think it's not any stronger, but it might be.
It's just got it's got more in it, and if it's making my head think that it's got more in it, then it's working, isn't it?
Coffee.
It's like having it's like having an alcohol-free beer for the sake of like.
And thinking you've had an alcoholic beer, and then you're like, I'm drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Keelan's also surviving on zero sleep because he was working last night on his night shift.
Yes.
But we thought we'd get this recorded while we have some time. So if he starts to just go completely off the rails, then
I actually enjoy podcasting more.
What, when you're fucked up?
When I'm fucked up, yeah.
Because it simulates drinking without drinking.
Exactly, but it's also something to do when you're feeling fucked. Because if I'm just sitting there watching screens or trying to stay awake, it's so hard.
Yeah. Just before we get stuck into all these important podcast topics, can you just appreciate my toe?
What? What the fuck? How'd you do that?
I don't actually know, right? But I'm just sitting here and I can feel it's getting worse.
What do you mean it's getting worse?
Well, like I can feel it more.
Well, it looks like you've pulled the skin off.
It looks like
no. Was there a little like no?
Well, there was a bit of a flap a while ago. Basically,
he's got a flap on his toe.
I've got like a massive bit of skin missing from the bottom of my big toe, almost like when you rip a callus off your hand. Because obviously your big toes kind of have calluses.
You have got a callus on.
But that's on the wrong side.
That's happened to me before, but I've done it to myself. So
I don't know if it's from all the dog walking where I get soggy feet, but I have got new boots now.
Oh, maybe you've got soggy feet and they've dried up and gangrene.
I got gangrene. Yeah.
Nice.
But it's really when I put my I got bare feet. When I put my feet on the floor.
Yeah,
I can feel it, like, and it's really annoying because it feels
that would annoy me so much.
My toes like uneven.
See, I hate that. Even if like when you figure out that some of your toes are rubbing against each other.
Yeah.
Don't know if you've ever had that. You can't stop thinking about all your toes touching.
Or when you put on a pair of socks and the sock is kind of like twisted a bit. So like.
Oh, I hate the seam.
Yeah, the seam. It feels like that on the bottom of my toe.
That's like borderlining sensory processing disorder. You know, so like that amplified 1000 is what that feels like if you have that like disorder. It's probably horrible.
Yeah, horrific. Anyway, on to the most important topic of this podcast. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex will be coming on the podcast soon.
The fuck are you on about?
You don't even know who that is, do you?
No, of course I don't know who that is.
You've seen all this absolute fucking bullshit about whatever her name Prince Harry and his wife Meghan.
No,
they're like leaving the royal family because
that's why you said get Harry and Meghan on the podcast.
Yes,
and is her name actually spelled with a H after the G?
I don't know, I just spammed it in.
Meghan.
There's this shit in the media, right, about how this is the son of Princess Diana. I'm making it worse because we're talking about it. The son of Princess Diana.
The son of Princess Diana who died in the bridge.
Who died being chased by paparazzi.
Is that actually what happened in the tunnel?
She was chased by...
And the car crash?
Yeah, there was a car crash.
Yeah.
And she died because they were like trying to get away from the paparazzi and there was a car crash and blah, blah, blah.
That's pretty fucked up.
They have made this decision to be like, yeah, we don't want to be part of like this thing because...
What thing?
Like the royal family and all the media...
They don't want to be part of it.
The media hates his wife because... Why? Well, there's a number of different reasons. She's...
Are they valid reasons or is it just judgy?
I mean, she's half black, which apparently a lot of people have a problem with that, which is fucking great. It's fucking crazy. Like they're not saying it outright, but like there's this underlying thing.
That's really fucking weird.
And I don't know. I literally couldn't care less, apart from the fact that I saw on the news that they've announced that in spring 2020 they will be adopting a revised media approach to ensure diverse and open access to their work. So they don't want to...
What does that mean?
Well, they don't want to do interviews with the Daily Mail and all these things.
Yeah.
They're literally saying, fuck this, we're out. And all these like Daily Mail readers are...
But how can they just be like, fuck this, they're out? What does that mean?
It means they don't get money from the royal family. It means they'll no longer be called like Prince Harry and...
Oh, really?
I think.
That's quite interesting,
it's
actually.
Sick. I rate it.
Yeah, that's really
they're
cool.
like, we don't want to be part of this fucking bullshit where he doesn't say something and then the media goes, oh, he said this or she said this. There's this huge thing.
I think the royal family is a whole load of shit anyway.
Oh, it's a fucking joke, yeah. But it's just one of those things that's been around.
Yeah.
But they think the media is always posting stuff that this wife Megan, because she's an actress. She's not some like she didn't go to Eton or anything like this. So they're like, oh, she's trying to tear everything apart. It's like, who gives a fucking fuck?
No.
But so they don't want to be talking to all these media companies, and they've basically said, this adjustment will be a phased approach as they settle into the new normality of their updated roles. This updated approach aims to engage with grassroots media organisations and young up-and-coming journalists. And personally, I think that is us in a fucking box.
Yeah, all right.
Invite specialist media to specific events, widening the spectrum in youth coverage, etc., etc., etc. So
we live in a nice... You live in a nice... area. They'll be safe.
We could shift it over to Tunbridge Wells, Royal Tunbridge. Oh no, they don't want to have anything to do with it. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck Tunbridge Wells.
Yeah. To be honest, I was in Tesco before I came here, and there's a guy who I always see in Tesco. I say always. And I don't know if you've seen him. He's like wearing full... He's an old man. Definitely in his like 80s, 70s, 80s. Full on grey tracksuit, like rolled up with some like Nike trainers. He's really old, and he's wearing a hat, like a woolly hat, hardly on his head, tilted to the side, like Dappy, like full on, like...
Really?
Yeah, and he kind of walks a bit like...
In my Tesco?
Yeah, I see him all the time in it, and he looks like he's trying to put on a bit of a walk, but also can't walk. Yeah. And it just makes me laugh. But that, I just thought that kind of makes
we'll keep Harry away from him.
Yeah.
But I reckon we get him on, and we're like, all right, mate, what's your favourite parkour vault?
And then he'll be
like, do you roll to the left or the right?
And he'll be like, oh, I didn't realise it was that in depth. I might have to give it a go. And
we're like, mate, 1 minute, what's your favourite band? He'll be like, well, I quite like Ed Sheeran. We're like, get the fuck out. Yeah.
Poor Ed Sheeran lovers.
He's alright. I rate his work ethic and things.
Yeah, I haven't listened to him before. I don't know who he is.
We've gone clickbait.
Yeah, we have.
We've made a decision.
But who gives a fuck?
I saw a comment that was like, I wonder if this will go viral, and I didn't know if they were making like a dig or if they're actually...
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, right, you kind of got to play by YouTube's rules if you really... Because we want to take the YouTube... I hate saying the YouTube game, but we want to kind of take it a bit more seriously.
Yeah.
In the fact that we want to...
I was really hoping you weren't going to say to the next level then, because I'd just be like, oh, fuck, don't say that. No.
Awful combo of words that would be.
Take YouTube to the next level.
No, just because...
We've been slacking.
We've been slacking, but also we want to make content that's easily made, like vlogs.
Yeah.
And push our channel out there, because it kind of... I admit that our channel has been kind of dead with a few like impactful videos that come out, like the Full Love Movement video. Yeah, Cinema Touch Cross. Those things, but we want like in between it's consistency that can still get out there with a very clickbaity thumbnail. But who gives a shit? Everyone's clickbaity.
Yeah. So our mentality is it's undeniable that unless you are pumping out content, you are going to struggle. So we need to be upping our content game. We have decided to play the game a little bit more with regards to titles and thumbnails. As lame as it is, it just seems to be the done thing everywhere nowadays. And as much as we would love to only put out Cinnamon Toast level things, it's not sustainable.
I think you'll be able to spot when there's a Cinnamon Toast crunchy sort of vibe.
And we're gonna do both. Like we're not gonna fucking just do vlogs or whatever. We're 100% gonna do both. But we're just gonna try and play the game a little bit more.
I think it would be quite funny as well, because if people know that we're actually trying to use clickbait to get, because obviously we're going to use it to get in mass views. That is the sole purpose of it.
Yeah,
we can get completely stupid with it.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, if you see thumbnails that look fucking cringy, then it's probably because we've made it cringy,
and we've probably had fun making them. To be fair,
well, exactly. I found the most recent video thumbnail funny just because I look fucking
how long
weird.
Your arm is.
I had noodle arms, and I look like a little kid in the gym for the first
hanging
time.
Off the wall, doing 30 different poses while I snap photos.
Yeah,
and found a good
it
one.
Felt cringy but really fun at the same time.
And at the end of the day, we're going to try and ensure that the actual content within the clickbait video is still decent. We're not going to try and
it won't. The thumbnail doesn't show. The video isn't like the thumbnail, so.
And I know that gym might technically not be the smallest gym in the world, but actually it's fucking tiny if you go in there. People are like, oh, the gym in Ireland is smaller. I think the gym in Ireland is wider significantly, and although that looks like a long corridor, the bit that is actually used for parkour...
As well as that, everyone who has come to that gym, like Dom, I think maybe Dom has said this, or maybe not. When like Kai and all that brought loads of people, everyone was saying it's a lot smaller in person.
It is very
compared to
like
video.
You can precision across it.
Yeah, you really can. And we were using fisheye anyway. So unlock your iPad, please.
Oh, yeah.
So I can read through your messages.
I set it up to be unlocked.
It's just what I do in the podcast.
I sit in bed and you just read my private messages.
The whole pod, like,
fire off emails. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that is a very good topic.
That's why I added right.
You added a note. We can talk about that next.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, the good thing is we've got two different surfaces that we can tap into, and then we can type to each other to keep things.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
We can be like, Keelan, don't say that.
We're talking about our lovely show notes program. What is this that we use?
Trello. It's like a note-taking thing.
Yeah.
Organisational, but we use it for a number of things, but also for the podcast.
It's lovely.
What the other thing I was going to say about content is, we're also trying to make some things that aren't vloggy, which we've already shot a couple of and are doing more of. So I don't want to be like, we're going to fucking level up the YouTube game, but we're just going to put in a bit more effort there. So
yeah,
we'll see what we can do.
And I don't think every video will be for everyone, if that makes sense. There's going to be some videos that you probably won't like as much as others because tapping into different audiences.
For shizzle,
I guess.
But speaking of fucking leveling up the game in a way, what Keelan just tapped into the thing was Harry Gallagher, i.e. Nightscape, released his clothing line, whole as in because he did have merch, but now he's actually made like a brand called Ascend London, I think it is. And alongside that, released a short film, 4 or 5 minutes long? Yeah. Which is like next level in terms of... I mean, I really rate it.
It is actually, when you think about it, they actually did put that together.
Yeah.
Who edited it? Well, it wasn't him, was it?
I think it was him and... Well, it's probably his mate who helped film it. But he obviously would have had... I mean, he had a team of mates working on it.
Well, yeah, because he had like quite a few actors in it as well, didn't he?
Lighting, venue... Like, not venues, like places to film.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's sick. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Like, it is a little bit cringy in places, and it's a little bit like kind of... But I think it's anything with a bit of acting, you're always going to look like it. You're either going to be amazed or maybe find it a bit cringy.
Yeah, and I know people have said things about it because it looks like it's showing parkour in a negative light. But I think I'm so over that. But also, it's like just shown. It's always going to be shown as like
fictional.
chasing.
So it's
exactly.
Wait, fictional fact? Yeah.
But parkour has always been seen as in movies as a awesome way to create a really diverse chase scene. So of course it's gonna be a kind of either a robbery or some weird shit. Do you know what I mean? It's
I think that is way better, as in it doesn't create that like negative stigma
compared to real life.
Well, nearly as
Urbex,
much as
kind of. Do you think?
Yeah, exactly. A real life Urbex video or a real life like actually pissing off a security guard and then doing a POV or something.
Yeah, exactly. And
because
you can
it's
really
clearly actors.
There you go. That's
it's mimicking like you don't watch fucking a TV show like Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, it's like we're showing off drugs or whatever. Like because you know it's fake. Like
exactly.
But no, I rate it, and he's put out like a 5-piece collection, I think. T-shirt, hoodie, trousers, bag, and I feel like something else. But it's cool because he obviously he had merch, which I think it did pretty well for him. But people always like, oh, I want to buy Motus merch, and I don't like to think of it as merch because merch is merchandise.
Yeah,
merch sounds like the type of thing you pick up at a venue for a band, and you wear it a couple of times, and then it shrinks because it's low quality.
Yeah,
and you kind of like, oh, it's.
No, I think merch is something that comes along with a personality or a group. Well, if you think of our clothing, it kind of came first. I know it was made but the idea was it was a clothing brand.
It's like, have you seen...
That's the kind of difference.
You know on Stories videos, they have... Sorry, I just punched the mic.
They have merch and they have
the stuff underneath the YouTube video, right?
Yes.
Which I can't remember. It's... That is like essentially made to order dropship type stuff.
Yeah.
I imagine the quality is probably not going to be crazy amazing, but in my eyes, that is merch. But then their most recent collection, that is like, I don't know what the official term would be, but clothes, like that's the proper shit.
For sure. And I guess it's just whatever you decide to label it as is what it is.
So I really rate what Harry's done, and I think he's a smart guy because he's maintained his parkour audience but built an audience on top of that, and he kind of feeds into both.
So he said he was deleting his channel. Is he not doing that now?
I actually haven't watched the entire video, so I don't know.
No, I haven't either, but I just know people were saying he's deleting it, and then he has his Dayscape channel.
Yeah.
Maybe because that one's demonetized, isn't it? Nightscape.
Yeah.
So what if he just uses Nightscape for all his Ascend? What is it? Ascend?
Ascend. Maybe that's what he's going to do.
Maybe that is going to be his like promotional
maybe
channel.
It is hard because I get it. Like he's like, oh well, I don't want to put effort into something that, like, I don't want to essentially do work, i.e. make videos for a channel
he's got this
where
far.
I'm not going to get paid for it.
Yeah, especially if he's got this far and he doesn't have. I mean, I don't know what he's doing, but if he doesn't have a normal job because that was his life, I think for
he's just doing ads, section. Like he just did something for Armani and stuff like that. So he's doing like he's not working a normal job. No.
Yeah. So he doesn't have time to be putting in hard effort to not get money out of it.
Yeah.
I think.
It's then also, but the other argument is like, you're like, well, you made videos at the start not to get paid, so why wouldn't you continue that? But it's like,
but once
situations change, don't they?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's the
I
really
think
tricky
people
thing.
understand that for sure, which is good.
Yeah.
But maybe he's gonna. I thought maybe he was pushing his Dayscape channel to get monetizable stuff.
Probably.
Again.
Like, I mean, that's obviously he's obviously going to play it safer on there and not do any stuff that's going to get him demonetized. So hopefully he can build it back up.
That's cool. But I got quite excited with Dayscape because I don't know, just more. It sounded like maybe more parkour and lifestyle stuff.
I haven't watched that many, but the Floor is Lava video he did with Marks is actually fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's so
good. That's actually sick.
Like I watched
it's something that I wouldn't think I'd enjoy.
I put it on and I thought I was just gonna like be like, fuck this. And then Sarah was sitting next to me and we watched the entire thing and we were both like cackling with laughter.
Yeah.
Because it's like the combo of him and Marks like asking people on the street.
I know, and we know Marks so well, so it's hilarious.
I found it so funny.
Yeah. More stuff like that done with the right people.
Yeah.
And actually done well. If you're committing 100%, it just isn't cringy.
No, for sure.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. Speaking of sort of making money and doing things, obviously we finally managed to release Hendo's second half of the podcast, which, to be completely honest, hasn't gone down that well. I've had a couple of messages being like, this was boring, it's not about parkour. And it's like, well, sorry, you've already had 2 hours of Hendo and parkour. Like, for those who were interested, I guess they found it interesting. But he obviously in that podcast mentioned that he was embarking on a tour of the US to do workshops, which is now fully underway and looks like it's going. I think he's only done 1 or 2 so far. But
I saw his stop in Boston, and I saw, what did I see? Sean Bautista.
Yep.
He put up a post saying like that it was an awesome session, and he's definitely going to take away a lot from what I think Joe did a seminar.
Yeah,
is that what it's called?
I mean, it was like a coaching session, but also talking.
But
as well.
He spoke about some things to do with training and
like mental fortitude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it looked like it affected quite a lot of people in a
I
good
saw
way.
a video on Facebook of a guy hitting like a massive rail pre in the gym and saying he bailed on it like 2 years ago and broke some ribs and hasn't been able to do it since. And then like when he was doing the thing with Hendo, like it put him in the right mindset.
See, that's awesome. That's really cool.
I think that is, I mean, he's obviously doing a lot of tour stops. I think he's driving across the country, which costs money and things. I don't know whether he's going to make money or whether
what is he just on his own?
I think he's doing it with Ryan Kelly. I think they're driving together.
Oh right, okay.
I think so. But
cool. That's really cool that he's doing something.
Yeah, well,
like that.
That's the thing. I don't know whether he's going to make. He's obviously making money. It's whether or not he's going to break even, or if he's going to make loads of money or whatever. But I think we need. People. This has been done before. Like Max Henry's done it when he was living in a van.
Yeah, I think it's just because I know Hendo.
I think there's a huge scope for more prolific athletes to do this and use it to build their portfolio and like their impact or whatever.
Yeah,
and also make hopefully money on the side because gyms love it. Because it brings new people into the gym. It brings existing customers in for another session that week.
So more diverse than a coaching session as well for the gym. It looks good on the gym, doesn't it?
Exactly.
I was gonna say, I reckon you'd be pretty good at doing something like that if we were.
What the fuck would I do?
No, but like with.
All right, guys, I'm gonna bail this rail free.
But you've done like what did you do for Love Movement? You spoke about.
I did a filmmaking one. Yeah,
filmmaking
I did one on being an entrepreneur at Jump Fest, where I had to Google what entrepreneur meant before I did.
Yeah, but I think it's just that people would appreciate that from you. It'd be epic if, like, in the future we did another tour.
I almost hit record and just wiped this entire thing.
It'd be awesome in the future if we did, like, another tour and then or maybe all of us could bring something to the table and do something like
You heard it here next. 2021, sign up for the Motus Inspiration Tour, where Keelan's going to talk about...
I'm going to talk about working night shifts
and
drinking large coffees.
Yeah, building a gaming computer. You would have done that by then.
Yeah.
George will talk about jumping really far. Luke will talk about 360 strides and how not to hit your head.
Yeah, and Max will talk about solitude. What is solitude?
Staying alone, being alone.
Oh.
Like a hermit.
Oh, that's not
Max
what I meant.
Max will talk about toenail length.
No, we talk about The Alchemist.
Yeah.
Oh, no, whatever this book is.
It is The Alchemist, yeah. Oh, not the one he just...
No, The Pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage. Johnston will talk about nudism and hoarding.
Yeah.
Jordan will...
Talk about Norway.
Jordan and Robbie will need a translator.
Yeah.
Because the Americans won't get it. This is obviously happening in America. Who else have we got?
You.
Well, I mean, I'll just fucking waffle about some bullshit. We'll do live podcast sessions.
Yeah.
Marks will, if he can do it because of work, will probably do the best coaching sessions alongside George.
Yeah.
And
this already sounds great.
I feel like we're missing someone. I'm so bad. I always go through when I'm like, I had to book the bus tickets the other day.
Yeah.
And you go through all the names and you're like, fuck, and you have to like work out which one you've missed.
You haven't missed anyone. And if you have, it's too late.
Savage.
You've already like
fucked it.
Yeah, you've already missed them.
Yeah.
Even if you were to recover now, you've already missed it.
You're already in the hole. So yeah, that's happening. But no, I think it's sick to see what Hendo is doing, and I think there's a lot of scope for other people to do it.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think anyone should rush into it because I think that type of thing takes a lot of organisation.
Yeah, and you need to. Also, I'm not saying you need to, but it's way better if you're established in the community because people are going to want to listen to you. I mean, and understand how you got to
at the
where
end
you
of the
are.
day. You're not going to sell tickets unless you're known, and unless you've got something to talk about. Like you're going to struggle. So, but I think if you are of the level and you're looking for like an adventure, you got a few months and you want to earn some money. I think it's worth trying to put together. Because also once Jim's here, that like. Because I saw Hendo kept adding stops. He was like, oh shit, now I'm doing this and this. Because obviously if they see that...
It's also just him, so I think it's probably easy for him to justify, I'll get all the income instead of spreading it between a few people if he was doing a group thing.
But and I think
is it a lot of stops?
I don't know how many. I mean, it's decent. I think he's doing basically the width of the country, stopping off different places.
I'm so jealous.
It's sick. Yeah, it's fucking sick.
I'm so jealous.
I think it's really, really smart.
Yeah.
So... yeah, I think it's worth doing. I've got written down Reebok Classics.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
But like, I went through the Instagram messages for podcast topics, and somebody just said, "Can you talk about Reebok Classics on the podcast?"
Okay, well, they're probably the most worn shoe in the last 2 to 3 years. I reckon they're the most worn parkour shoe, and for a good reason as well.
Chunky, quite thick. Some people say they're thin. They're not.
Yeah, if you haven't, well, thing is, if you haven't worn them, because people told me this, they said they'll break in and feel a lot thinner.
They do.
They do, because I wear them for work, so mine are like a lot thinner.
Yeah.
But they still have the chunk element.
They're not a thin shoe.
No, I still feel elevated. I'm always scared that. Okay, say if I stand on a crash mat and I wiggle my foot around,
they feel a lot more roll prone, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Which is why I like my shoes thin, so I'm not elevated at all.
Yeah.
I think they would last.
Generally, black and white seems to be the colour to go for.
Yeah, even though there's so many colour options.
Whether or not you want white laces or black laces, you can do that. I had black initially, and then I was like, actually, I think white looks better.
Yeah, and whether or not you want to be Callum Powell and get like 3 pairs because he knows that it's his favourite shoe.
Yeah.
Did you see that? We did.
When we went to his house to do a podcast.
I was about to say when we did a podcast. Poor Callum.
Never got recorded.
Yeah. But yeah, there you go. That's Reebok Classics.
I jumped to my first ever rail in them the other day and forgot fucking spat off the face of the earth.
See, I actually really like rails in those shoes, but now that they're soft,
Yeah,
although I don't actually like the look of them training, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Like on myself.
That was pure. That wasn't me being like, it's the shoes' fault. It was just I'd literally I'd gone from very thin shoes to those. They're not that worn in, and jumped to a big rail print.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, to be honest.
In the air, I was like, oh no.
Yeah. So I wonder what shoe will be the next biggest trendiness shoe. I mean, it doesn't sound
coming
like
out soon.
Yeah.
So I'll be keen to see. I think the problem is the price point will affect how widespread they get.
Yeah, and I don't feel like when Star 10s first came out, I don't think they overridden the Reeboks. I don't think.
I mean, I don't think Reeboks were big back then, but
or at least whatever shoe. I just want to know, like, if the Reeboks will die out, or whether they'll stop selling them, which is what usually happens with shoes.
Reebok Classics are a classic. They've been around for fucking decades.
Oh, really? So
literally
they'll just be fine.
Years, yeah.
They'll change one little thing. You wait, and then they'll just be shit.
Put a hard plastic sole on. Yeah. No, the Star ones are I think you're right in the sense that like Farang shoe is really, really good, and I'm sure they sold a lot of them, but I don't feel like they have dominated in the same way that you see Reeboks everywhere.
Yeah.
Because it's just the price point. Like 30 quid over 70, 80, 90, 100 is very big.
I really want to I really want to wear some actual parkour branded shoes, because then you support, don't you?
Yeah, I know, you're a terrible
I'm terrible.
Actually, so do I, because I wear the Adidas that are very similar to the Farang, but the Farang are slightly too small for me, so my toes are falling apart, as is.
Do you reckon any parkour brands would do different colourway shoes? Because that's probably really expensive.
Well, that's the thing. You're just looking at another double of that cost, like. So
that's ridiculous.
It'll happen one day, but it's fucking expensive. So you're going for the safest color.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
I was just thinking about that video that we filmed, and I did editing it. I mean, I edited it, and it was a lot of me talking.
What one?
The gym one.
Oh yeah.
That's my. It's kind of throwing back to the topic we spoke about earlier, but like my one fear, and I guess this is just being self-conscious, is that was like. It felt like a Giles vlog, and then also it was like, oh, Giles is breaking a pre, and then some guy commented, you know, you have a worry, and then somebody comments something. Yeah. Some guy commented and was like, Giles moans about all his problems, he just smokes some weed.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And I was like, fuck's sake, like, I'm glad we made the video, but we're filming tomorrow, right? I want you and Max to like, be the showrunners, and I'll just train.
No, no, but I want it to be so that everyone describes what's going on.
Yeah.
Which would be really sick. So, like, if something's about to happen... No, not... Do you know what I mean? Just pass the camera around. So
yeah.
Don't have one person doing the whole load.
I was, like, already self-conscious, and then that comment, like, drove it home.
But that video was good, because we didn't... To be honest, we were just like, let's start doing vlogs, even though we were kind of planning to do it. Oh, I was so close to catching that pen.
My pen off the table.
We only had a few hours in that gym, so... For what like you did was fucking good.
Yeah,
and
true,
you said some very interesting things about the gym.
About the history of the gym.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a little while to get onto our main topic, which is probably what we're gonna link the name of this podcast to. But I just want to shout out to fucking Tom Coppola. Pretty certain it's Coppola. From Origins, i.e. Vancouver and APC, etc. For Ascension 2, right?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen the first one, but I know it is.
I did, but it's a while ago. But I'm pretty certain it's the second. I didn't watch it when it first came out. I was excited for it, and then kind of just somehow it passed me by. And then I was like on YouTube the other day, and it had a shitload of views.
Yeah, that's weird, right? Because
like,
it doesn't. I don't feel like it's been shared around, or it hasn't been made easy for me to see it at least on YouTube, and then suddenly it's just got fucking loads.
I'm gonna look it up because I don't know how many subscribers they've got, but I mean. It had like 145k or something, and I was like, where the fuck did that come from?
See, I got reminded because Tom posted something on his Instagram of him
193,000 now.
Really? So that's nearly 200k?
Yeah. And they have 12,000 subscribers.
But that's so
that's big boom.
Worth it.
But, I mean, the name's good. Parkour speed climbing.
Yeah.
If anyone hasn't seen this video, go and check it out. Tom is incredibly strong. One of the few people who can do the level 5 climb up.
Yeah.
Where you basically go from hang to feet in I don't even get hang. I watch it and I'm like, that looks easy, and then you hang on the wall and
it's just so
elbows,
difficult.
Knees, teeth, everything to the top.
But that last descent he does is just
ascent.
It's
called Ascension, Keelan.
That last descent he does
is fucked.
It's really, really fucked. It's actually so fucked.
Because is there 2 levels?
His whole body comes out, like his feet come out.
It's so exposed, and it's because he jumps on the first one. He double hands it, so he gets 2 hands to the top, and you're like, "Ooh, bad man." And the second one, you're like, "Oh, is he got any?" Because you expect the one hand, like the safety.
He just double hand.
And he double hands it, and then he goes to the top one, and you're like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah. Like, oh man. But he uploaded that video, just the last one.
Yeah.
Recently, I think.
Oh, okay.
And then that's where I saw he was like, see the full video on YouTube. I was like, how the fuck have I not seen this?
Yeah, but one of those videos that obviously takes months to film and to prepare, because obviously he's line building, but on a vertical sense, and working out like the technicality.
See, I want to see more content from. Was that an Origins parkour Origins? I want to see more regular content from them. For sure, definitely. Because they're so sick. Yeah, all of them are so good.
The 2 things I wasn't so keen on are the
music.
Yeah, the music kind of killed it.
It felt like someone had taken the original video and uploaded it on like a YouTube essentially rewind thing
and made it a little bit more like muggle friendly, which I guess in a way is a smart move.
Definitely,
because it taps into that like kind of like, it's just.
I mean,
I would have preferred just like almost like just a subtle beat, and then just watching the progression.
Yeah, I just don't think it gave a personality to the video. That's probably where
very true. Yeah,
where it fell, because it doesn't.
I didn't feel like we got to know
even
Tom.
if it was raw.
Yeah.
Because that's a personality.
It doesn't feel like you get to you see him attempting them, but you don't see like it doesn't feel like you're feeling it. Yeah, it feels like you're watching something that's like cinematic.
Yeah, but either way, I don't want that to like sway anyone's view. Oh, no. The actual video is the ridiculously insane.
Incredible. Like it's so cool because so few people train that style. It's so cool.
And if he's got that many views, that's surely a big confidence boost for him to make a third one.
And also, I think it's like videos like that make you realize what, like people. Everyone has, if you know about parkour, everyone has their own assumption of what parkour kind of is. And I think most people either think, oh, it's jumping from roof to roof, or they think it's like what they probably see walking down the high street in London, and they see somebody doing parkour, and then you see that kind of thing, and they're like, fuck, is that parkour or is that climbing?
Yeah.
And it's the same kind of with descents. It's like, it adds this extra layer of like, fucking hell, like this thing
shows that there is so much to parkour.
Yeah, it's so diverse in the way you can apply it.
Yeah, which is really good, and I think it will open the door for many people to just do sketchy things, because that's like when descents started getting popular.
Also, if you think about like speed climbing, which is now huge in, I don't know if speed climbing.
Oh yeah, speed climbing is an actual thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but obviously just on a climbing wall, and it's normally seconds. It's deep, and then they go.
Yeah, it looks like a cat.
I always think it looks like they're just being pulled up by the rope, but I assume they're not. Like, because they have that auto belay.
Imagine if we found out.
But imagine that, but on. Even if it was a fake urban environment, because obviously that's not real rock. Like, they just built some fucking crazy structures with like pipes and signs and like window ledges.
That'd be so sick.
Like just urban speed climbing, and you still had the auto belay for safety. Like, it would be fucking cool to watch.
That would be really interesting. Or maybe even that competition was in like the new NAPC.
Yeah.
They just have that for some reason they have extended their ceiling.
Or you put it over a swimming pool or something. Because imagine if like there was a bit where like 3/4 of the way up you kind of had to like jump to like something where you could do a lache, like a small lache, and then to like a precision, a window ledge, and you have to like pincer grip it kind of thing. But you know how like that jump, swing out, then swing back forward and release obviously takes a little second. It would be sick to see like somebody ascend really quickly, and then like that moment of like kind of grab, swing back, boom, carry on. Like that'd be sick.
We'll see more ascents, I think, because of that video.
Yeah, totally.
And actually, now I want to go out and do some ascents. Yeah, we should do some soon.
It's so hard though. You got to be really strong. And it's. I mean, you think parkour's tiring, like that shit's.
Yeah,
fucked.
But you should look at a descent and then think like, how can I ascent that as well? Yeah. With caution, please. Just
I think actually, in some ways, they're more dangerous than
ascents.
Like a slow ascent with multiple fixed points.
I think ascent, no matter what, is dangerous because you're going up, whereas a descent. I know it's gravity going down, but if you're doing it fast,
well, I think the difference
you're just going up.
With descents is for the most part for like proper ones, you let go and you have no fixed contact.
Yeah.
For most descents, i.e. if you were to go and climb like a building in the street, you're going to have like 2 or 3 fixed points, i.e. 2 hands and a foot.
Very true.
The ascents
but the danger increases as you lose energy with ascents.
if you remove fixed points and you remove energy, i.e. you're 3 stories up and you're doing a dyno to the top wall, like if it's just that hand like pink like that, and so very cool. Speaking of other styles of movement, which is a totally different style, but Normal Brand have just announced a new athlete. Keelan is just turning the iPad to me because the notes have locked up. Can I do my passcode upside down?
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah, so you told me this like when I arrived, and I don't know where did they advertise it
with names. They put it on their Instagram.
Right.
So he's Sei Asakura, but that's probably pronounced horribly. So he's Japanese.
Cool.
He won the...
Can you show me a video of his movement?
He's a fucking beast. Honestly,
like there's so many beasts that are from Japan.
Popping off like these last couple of years.
That's what I want. That's why I want to visit Japan. They all... Oh, this guy.
Triple cork Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Like, he won the Stuttgart World Championships. Whatever the World Championships
I think
is.
There's so many people in Japan with that style of movement where they can do ridiculous tricks.
He's got
on concrete.
Such a cool style. He trains a lot at the Mission Parkour Park in Tokyo.
Yeah,
like
there needs to be more events and shit in Tokyo. There probably is, but
it's just hard to like. It's hard for the rest of the world to get to.
For sure, but then like they can fly out people.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you just fly people.
Fly people out.
But it's really cool actually because Normal Brand have been doing like they did their katana, the jacket. I think it's called a katana.
I don't know if I've seen it.
Or is it a katana or a sword?
Maybe I have seen it, but
they're like kind of. Fuck, we spoke.
You have to get it up.
We spoke about it on a previous thing,
but I haven't. I forget.
I think I've just called it a katana, and actually that's a sword.
Yeah, a katana is a sword.
I now can't find it, but Normal Brand have been sort of Japanese inspired or had some sort of inspiration from Japanese like street culture for a while now.
Yeah.
Hantan jacket. Yeah, I'm a terrible person.
Is that a jacket?
It's like a jacket with no zip up the front. You'll find a better image of it somewhere.
I thought that looks like an oversized tee.
No, I'll find her. But
that's a cool picture though.
This thing. Oh, there's this terrible photo of it.
No, I know what you're on about now.
Yeah.
It's fine. Cool.
But this. Sorry, listeners. They've obviously been inspired by a lot. I know Rusty and that lot have been out to Japan a few times. And they take a lot of inspiration from that. So it's really cool to see that they've sort of picked up someone from Japan who's obviously going to wear that. I mean, they're just so stylish.
What, Japanese?
Just Japanese people they just wear clothes so well.
Is it because I've wondered this? Is their bodies just?
I hope that's not racist.
No, if anything, that you're a.
Well, it's saying something positive, but it's also singling out a race, and I'm always wary about what you say in the right circumstances. But yeah,
a positive racist you are. Yeah, I think they probably as well. My theory is that nearly all of them have properly proportionate bodies. See, that's also racist.
What? Whereas Westerners are all gangly and
fucked
up.
I think so, because all of them just look sick and everything. And they probably have the brain for it, because Tokyo... Why am I saying Tokyo? I swear Japan is...
It's such a fashionable place.
Yeah,
it's such a fucking
I've seen
place.
so many videos on it.
And the guys out there, like all the parkour guys seem to... I mean, obviously Zen is massive out there. They seem to like... They pull off wearing stylish clothes and training without making it look posy.
Yeah.
Do you know how like if you suddenly went out and you kind of really had quite clearly tried hard on an outfit and you were like, I'm gonna go do parkour, it would be like, whoa, are you shooting an ad campaign or something?
Yeah.
Whereas the general...
Do you think maybe because it just fit... Obviously we're looking for a video so we don't know if it fits in. But do you reckon it just really fits into their surroundings because everyone's just thinks about style? Like if I was in Japan... and I did the same scenario, and I just kind of dressed up a bit more than usual, it wouldn't be as weird.
I think I don't know what the answer is, but when you go there, even like a standard aesthetic of an average person walking down the street is like clean monochrome outfits. So just like an old man walking down the street is probably wearing just like a black jacket, a white t-shirt, and some black trousers, which is simple but cool compared to like
I think they just think
the man in Tesco's who's wearing shitty night tracksuit.
Yeah, exactly.
All of that. I don't know. It's just fucking sick. But yeah, he's a beast. Like, I mean, he's so talented.
What's his name on Instagram?
Saint Core.
Oh, it's him, Saint Core. Yeah. I follow him.
And I think he's going to do some really good stuff for the brand. So I'm excited to see kind of where they push in that direction with him. To be honest.
Nice.
But
cool. I want them to do some videos with him.
Yeah. I mean, I know Rusty was out there recently, so maybe they shot something.
Epic.
On to our main talking point.
Yeah, please
40
do.
minutes in.
Please do.
Are you still jittery? Or you just want to talk about it?
Do you know what? I feel like the coffee's worn off already.
Is it in your bladder now?
Yeah. No, I don't need a piss, but it probably will be at some point. My eyes have they feel double the weight.
That means you're tired, yes. Yeah. So Marrero Gang is over.
Yeah.
RIP.
I just finished watching the video just before we came up here.
That is the big talking point of the current time. We're actually, this is Tuesday. We're recording this the day after we heard this, but this probably won't come out until Friday. But yeah,
what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, initially massive shame, but also I spoke to Kieran this morning. I'm also very happy that he has made a solid decision and now is already set on a direction, rather than, because I was saying to him the dwindling process is the worst part. You could spend months just being I don't know what to do, and he said he did.
Yeah. You told me this before. You just need to go with a direction, because the longer you spend just thinking about it, nothing's gonna get done, and then you just fucking figure out anything that goes wrong.
And I mean, it's bit obviously trickier than just that, because it involves more than one person who was technically under the Marrero Gang kind of umbrella. But we're just playing fucking. You're touching my gammy toe under the table.
Yeah, that's grim. I'm wearing socks, luckily.
Everything that I have liked from Marrero has always felt like it was Kieran's production and his bit, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So I don't feel like it would be. I'd almost be more sad for this situation if Kieran was I'm leaving Marrero, I'm not doing anything ever again, and the other guys are going to continue Marrero. Yeah. Because I'd be oh, well, you in some ways were Marrero.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't. First of all, I wasn't really that shocked.
No.
Because it has slowly. I don't think there was ever a clear stop, but the videos definitely did trickle down to
and then they've had that thing that I think a lot of people fall into, and I'm sure we have as well, where you kind of go, oh, we're gonna be doing more of this, we're gonna be bringing this back, and then you do one or two,
and then it just fades,
and then
away.
It fades away again.
Yeah. But I'm gonna miss all of their videos. That, to be honest, they haven't really done.
Well, this is
in a while anyway, so
I don't think we're going to lose anything. I think Kieran is going to continue the stuff that you miss.
Yeah, I am very interested to see what he brings out.
Yeah,
because he is really driven, and I've hung out with him a few times at jams and things.
He's working on a really cool documentary by the sound of it, which is out very soon.
Sick.
And then he's obviously because
he doesn't have anyone to rely on now. He literally can just go and
it's just him,
which is awesome.
The Marrero I loved was I would sum it up as the music and then kind of comedy culture. They would highlight aspects within our sport and make something that was funny and relevant about it. I.e. the Tech Wash video was a big one. They did the How to Start Clothing brand one where they were choose a colour, black, you can only have black. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And then the POV one where it was the rolling and it cuts to in the supermarket.
Oh yeah,
stuff like that is just fucking amazing, and it's more stuff like that. And then also he said he wants to do documentaries and things. I honestly think it sounds like the best. Situation.
But obviously, I think it was so awesome when it was a very team vibe back, because it's not. I've seen that fade away anyway. But for the first few videos, seeing all their faces and getting to know them through the videos was really, really cool. But as you said, you can kind of tell that Kieran's put in.
I mean,
the grind.
We were sort of briefly talking about this before, but I can hugely relate to a lot of what he was saying in that video because it is a similar, or there have been similar feelings within Motus, because Motus was kind of my creation, but I've obviously always been like, hey guys, if you want to get 100% involved in this, like it can be yours kind of thing. And I've had that exact same struggle where sometimes it's felt like, oh, I could leave everything for 2 months and nothing would. And even now, like if I walked away right now, even though even as much as you are so involved, it
would just be like,
I mean, you don't do like, there's no. I'm the only customer service person at the moment. Yeah. So kind of, unless I said, hey, Keelan, can you do customer service emails?
Nothing would
it wouldn't get done.
Yeah.
But I think I have felt a lot of those feelings before, and I've done things to try and improve stuff, and I've learned a huge amount in the last few years, because you can't force, like I can't say to all the guys like, go out and make Instagram content because we need. Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying that in an aggressive tone, but it's like you want to be like, guys, we need Instagram content because you have to be putting out constant content to make the thing grow. But also we want to do YouTube content.
Yeah, and also we all live pretty far.
Yeah. But you say it all, but it doesn't actually happen unless the person wants to do it. You can't force anyone in this life to do something unless they want to do it. And I felt an incredibly positive shift in the last sort of couple of years, specifically with you, because you have stepped up hugely and been like, sort of like, you're the one pestering me with ideas.
Yeah, but also I'm in that stage where, like Kieran was describing, that when they first started it, and then they kind of went into the stage of realizing they need a job.
Like real life catches up, yeah. And that happens to everyone. And
I think all of us are, like in Motus right now, all of us are in that stage.
Yeah.
And you know, whether we want to put full time into Motus or not, we're always thinking like
it all hits different. Like for some people, they're like, okay, well, I'm going to put everything into Motus, and other people are like, I have to focus on getting a job or whatever. Which is, and at the end of the day, you can't change that, and you have to understand that, and you just kind of got to go with it. And this is obviously Kieran's. I mean, you can go and watch the video for yourself. He explains it very well, like the kind of the communication that he has to do with the guys and the decision that they made. Mm-hmm. It does sound like he had a falling out with Jamie, which, I mean, we won't.
Yeah, it wasn't explained, but it's
a shame to hear stuff like that. Like, you'd obviously like for the optimum solution to be no falling out and just. Yeah, I'm sure we'll.
I'm interested to see what the other guys will do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Greg's obviously heavy into the World Chase Tag, which is sick.
Yeah, that is cool. But Connor, I see stuff from him.
Connor's out. He's out in Dubai coaching.
I've seen him coach.
Yeah, his life is coaching now. So.
That's cool. That's sick. So I guess it's just left up to Jay, which I've seen. Like I like Jay's movement, and I know he posts.
Yeah.
A lot, but whether or not he will do something with it, we'll see.
But I was talking to Kieran about getting him on at some stage. It's one of those tricky things, listeners, because we struggle with this podcast about in a when something current like this has happened, it's whether or not we should talk about it as if it's news, just me and Keelan, or whether or not we should sort of not talk about it until the person comes on.
Yeah, but it's hard to do that because when news comes out, you've got to organise it straight away. Yeah. We want to do the podcast straight away.
Yeah. And also the problem about bringing one person in is then you only have one side of a story. Let's say there was beef somewhere or something like this, and we're discussing it because it's all over Instagram and Facebook. Yeah. If we only bring in one side of that argument, it feels almost a bit biased. But at the same time, we want to have guests on because that is fun to listen to.
Yeah. Either way, we definitely should have Kieran on.
Yeah,
because I'd really like to hear some stuff.
Totally. He actually, if you want to hear more from Kieran, he did a really good episode of before Sean kind of shifted his podcast format. He did a interview with him like last year. Had the wee shivers then.
Did you
get that? Where you're like, ugh. I think you can probably hear it in my voice.
My ear keeps on like it's like it's like it's bass boosted, and then all the bass gets turned down. It's really trebly in one ear.
I wouldn't know the specifics like that of like what that
feels
means.
Like when you blow. Oh, that's it. When the bass is kind of broken because you've blown your speakers, and now and then it does that in my right ear. Don't know why that is.
It might be partially because you're sitting in that corner.
Yeah, well, it just suddenly goes like.
I've had that where I've like sat next to a pillow before, and if you fucking put a pillow next to your head, like if you sit on a sofa and you have like a pillow next to your head, and you've got like some music playing somewhere, and you turn your head towards the pillow, somehow subconsciously you can sometimes be like, what the fuck? And then you pull your ear away. It's more when you pull away.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit. You didn't realize how much like the noise was being muffled by the environment around you.
Yeah.
I swear it just sounded like somebody was in my fucking house.
Maybe,
Kill him.
Maybe
probably Darwin trash in the place.
Heavy D.
Heavy D. But yeah, shame about Marrero, but also positive. I think it's really good that like a decision was made, and also it's interesting to see how public they made that, because it would be very easy just to kind of let something fade and then let something grow. But I think in this current climate of social media, it is really good to be like transparent, because already you can see in the comments it builds.
Yeah, I mean, Star commented as well.
Yeah. I mean,
really cool.
Everyone did. Like it builds a lot of like trust with somebody, especially if they're trying to brand something. You're like, oh well, I want to support that because I can see the person behind it.
Well, hopefully,
fucking hell, we are just touching feet all over the place.
I know. Hopefully, that channel now becomes one of the leading parkour channels as well.
Yeah. He said he wants 10k really by the end of. I think he said next year, but I think technically he means this year. That'd be yeah, because they're on like 5, so. Which is crazy, actually.
I think he could do that.
They're on 5. I thought they'd be way above that, to be honest.
Their view, because even when they were at their like highest stage in making content, the views weren't that high. But
I just remembered
all of them were in the parkour community, and everyone knew them.
Yeah,
it's just
like a week ago or 2 weeks, he was out making a video with Stora in Reading, but I hope that's still getting made, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like. It could have been for Marrero.
I hope. I would assume it still is. Oh, dropping pens.
Nice. You saw the channel got renamed as well, didn't you?
No, is he renamed now?
It's just called Jimmy the Giant.
Oh, sick. Okay. No,
is that how it's called? Jimmy the Giant. Yeah.
When I saw it last night, it was still
Marrero
Gang. But yeah. So next thing.
Yeah, your iPad went off again.
Oh, it basically just says Soul Destroyer.
Was that it?
Flog the dead horse that is. No, it's not dead. I promise you, it's not dead.
No, it isn't.
It's so far from dead. We are in. Fuck. Wait. It's less than 2 weeks now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're leaving right at the end of next week.
Yeah. We're going away for a number of weeks. Keelan, unfortunately, is not coming for the whole thing because Sainsbury's are.
Fuck you, Sainsbury's.
Cretins. But we're going to an undisclosed location or a couple of locations.
North Korea.
It was when we went to Malta, and as the plane landed, I was like, at a secret location to film for the next 10 days. And in the back, and I didn't realize in the background, it's like, you've just landed at Malta Airport.
Yeah, because some of you worked out.
Everyone messaged and was like, you're in Malta. I was like, oh yeah.
That's funny.
Yes, we are going away for a few weeks because it's just too wet. I mean, actually,
and it's so.
This week it's dried up and it's fucking freezing.
No, it's so cold to try and get the shit that we want for Soul Destroyer and make it actually a reality of the level that we want it. So
like the video at the moment is looking very, very good, but we haven't really done much to it in months, but we have this massive aspiration for it, and it's gonna come out alongside the collection, and we just feel we want to get all the guys together. It's been hard to get them all in one place, and it's in some ways it's easier to book an Airbnb and go somewhere else and congregate there. And I think the vibe then is like everyone's there for a mission, like it's there for a reason.
Yeah, we definitely work harder when we're all together.
So we're doing 3 weeks in a few different cities somewhere, and we're gonna smack it, and hopefully everything goes well, and then come back, and then we'll do a bit more filming in and around the UK, and then the collection is due out April 1st. And you can take that as a joke or you can take that seriously, but currently it's looking like a joke. I was actually hoping for April 1st just to fuck with people, but now, unfortunately... No, I shouldn't say this. It's coming out April 1st.
See, now I'm just
April
kind of looking... I was going to say not looking forward to it, but I am looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm
the editing it. No, the editing process.
Nah, I'll be chill. Do a month sitting in this room.
That's just... Sweating. Yeah, it's just going to have to be sitting here.
Yeah.
Just...
The thing I'm most dreading is the fact that it has gone on way too long, purely just because of delays and a billion other things. And
I'm scared of what people might think of.
I honestly
the video.
I don't think it will live up to some people's hype.
Oh no, I don't think it's even lived up to my hype right now. Thinking of it.
No, don't say that.
No, just because we always talk about it.
Yeah.
because we've only filmed like one half of it.
What we have to do is get it. Our mission is now from this point onwards to get it to that stage.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
Basically,
that's why we're
guys,
doing this.
It's not coming out until we're happy with it, and because we're both perfectionists, it's probably never coming out.
We'll go on for 3 years, and then it will just come out,
and it will be so old and dated. All the footage will be shit. All the spots will be destroyed. Like, yeah, no, it'll be fine. We're positive. I don't need to smoke weed because I'm a positive person, according to that guy on YouTube.
It will make your problems worse. Yes. That's what George said, I think, right?
Yeah.
Makes people's problems worse? No, it doesn't. Whatever.
Bit of both.
Whatever people's into.
Bit of both.
People's.
But yeah, so our mission is to try and backlog some episodes so we're not leaving you guys high and dry while we're away, because we won't be taking mics, and obviously Keelan won't be there for the whole thing.
And some vlogs. I think we should try and backlog some vlogs.
Yeah, for sure.
So you will still have some consistent content.
Keep dripping out
to watch with your eyeballs.
And yeah, we'll be out making bangers. So look forward to that. We'll have Harry and Meghan with us, because I just saw that back on the notes. They'll come out and do a little journalistic thing with us.
They could get a clip for the video.
Oh, one of our potential podcast guests has just messaged me on Facebook, so I need to chat to him. So let's wrap this up. The only thing I was going to say is, while she sleeps, this is coming out on Friday. When this comes out, we'll be at that gig.
Sick.
So if you're not there, then you're not listening. If you're listening to this, then you're probably not at that gig. Yeah. So you can't come to our special meetup.
But just now, while listening to this, imagine how much fun we're having.
Yeah.
And think about that you're not having any fun at all.
Watching Vain.
Yes.
I was going to talk about a few new music things that came out, but you haven't actually listened to half of them. I don't think it's worth me just going like, oh, I like this and I like that.
No. So. Well, no, but let me ask, is the new Eminem album good?
I like half of it. It's not like I dislike the other half.
Would you like? Do you reckon it would be a heavy rotation or not really?
Some of the songs.
Yeah.
I grew up like.
Because I was going to talk about is Eminem.
Yeah, Mac Miller released his album From the Grave posthumously, or whatever they say.
Yeah.
Which is really, really nice listening. Obviously, was it just Swimming? Was that the album before? This one's called Circles, right?
What's that one?
That's Good News. That's the single.
Oh, but it's in that album.
Yeah, so yeah, it was Swimming. So yeah, they released Swimming and then they released Circles, and apparently the two albums were meant to kind of link to each other, i.e. like Swimming and Circles. But it's, I don't know, it's a nice listen. Like, it's fucking tragedy died.
Yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was, but I definitely need to listen to it again.
I got into Mac Miller when he was much, like, before he even had At the Blue Side Park out, through, like, I used to download his mixtapes, and it was much more
really?
like party hip hop, and that was when I was a lot younger, so it kind of, that was the stuff I liked.
Farang used one of his songs
in
a Crap Invaders video, and that's when I first heard his music. And then I started listening to him.
He had some really kind of like bopping party tracks and stuff, and then he
it was very up, wasn't it? It was
his style switched over the years, but I've always sort of been not an avid listener, but it's always been there. But that was nice to listen to. The Eminem thing, he dropped obviously secretly, like, it just came out of nowhere, as he seems to like doing now. People nowadays seem to give him a lot of shit because they're like, oh, he's old, he's done. I grew up on Eminem, and yes, he's like controversial because he says nasty stuff about women, and then we do a podcast episode about sex dolls and we're hypocrites and things. Yeah. But like, what I expect from Eminem is people to piss him off and for him to then shred them into little pieces in a fucking like of that Eminem's thing.
Yeah.
And also for him, when possible, to talk about like other matters. But I don't care so much about the my mum, my stepdad story arcs, because I agree that he kind of uses a lot of the same material.
Yeah.
But I almost like it when he's pissed off, because so when he released Kamikaze, which Kamikaze was just going at everybody. People are like, oh, it's just an old angry man. I'm like, yeah, but
see, I haven't listened to Kamikaze.
I'm like, it's an old angry man who's fucking good at writing lyrics. Like, undeniably, his wordplay is incredible. People get all gassed up because he can rap really fast, which he can, but also he comps a lot of it, therefore he cuts out.
What does that mean?
You record each line by line, or you record a couple of lines.
And then you stitch it together.
You cut out all the breathing, you stitch it together, you make it faster than you can physically do. So it sounds incredible on record, but actually live is not really possible to. And loads of artists do it, so many artists. I would much prefer to hear like like the big,
the more real side of it.
Yeah,
right?
But I just like volatile, like fucking tearing you apart.
Yeah.
I like rap beef, like.
Yeah, no. I think I know you are into it because there's a lot of times where you show me songs.
Like Stormzy and Wiley the last couple of weeks.
That was cool.
Sick to listen. Like, just,
I haven't heard Wiley's track though. Maybe
I
you should
don't even know
show
half
me
of the context of where the things are coming from.
No, but it's cool when you know that they're rapping about. Well, it just kind of goes back to the.
I mean, it's a rap battle.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean. Like, it's going back to how it kind of started.
It's so much better
really cool.
than just like, oh, I've got this, I've got that, I've got this. Like, oh, I did this. Blah,
yeah,
blah.
It's more like you're this, you're that.
Yeah, it's
fuck
like
you.
It's and
when they bring up things that you don't know,
and when there's a time frame on it, and nowadays people are like, oh, well, it's orchestrated and they're aware of it beforehand and stuff like this, and like they're doing it to, like, I mean, Stormzy and Wiley had this big beef, and then Stormzy started releasing loads of new music. So it's not Stormzy, Wiley. So it's like, well, is it just a marketing ploy? Maybe, but it's still entertaining. But when they're like, oh, you got 24 hours, and you're like, fuck, like, what he said that, I've now got to respond with this. Like, blah, blah, blah.
What was the one that you showed me a while ago between, was it Drake and...
Pusha T, where Pusha T revealed that he had a
fucking
kid.
Oh, that was so funny, yeah.
Like,
see, that was the first one you showed me when it was actually like...
I just find it very interesting.
Yeah, of course it is. Anyway, fucking...
Yeah, sorry, because I know half people turn off when we start talking about music. But, hopefully you have enjoyed this. And we're going to try and, as we said, bash out a few more. We actually have Max coming up in the next today. So we might even get another one recorded with him this week.
Cool.
Talk about some Max Barkerish stuff.
That'll be fun.
But yeah, enjoy, subscribe, like, share... all that shit.
Maybe buy some clothes if you want to.
Buy some clothes. TMP Prodcast 10 is the discount code. A lot of you use it, which is sick. Like, I see it a lot. So
that's really cool.
Thank you very much.
And also, I know there's that one person. I know that you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel for some weird reason. Just check, because I know that you've watched the videos and you've accidentally not subscribed, so just quickly
it's
subscribe.
that thing where you're like, oh shit, I wasn't actually subscribed.
Yeah, and I know it's you, so just quickly check.
And also share the podcast on your Instagram stories, because we love it, and also it really helps our listeners, because other people will come and listen and check this stuff out. So
for sure, I really like that too.
Have a fantastic day wherever you are, and we will speak to you soon.
And wish me luck, I'm surviving.
Keelan needs sleep.
Night.
Love you, bye.